Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It is Thursday. We're finally to the Whale of a Tail deck profile. And believe it or not, before I got to this, one of my friends wanted to show me somebody else made one of these profiles. They did something semi-similar, but without really having like a condition where they could summon the Fortress Whale. And I'll mention it when we get there. We're not going to mention the channel or anything because we're not trying to drag anybody about this. But we found a very cool, fun, and creative way to get around it ourselves. So, that said, let's introduce the skill. Let's go over it. Then we'll go ahead and get started with the deck, all right? So first, it's going to be the Whale of a Tail skill card, and it is going to flip over when you activate the skill. Now, this is like a moment of contention type thing. It does say discard one card from your hand and add one Fortress Whale or Fortress Whale's Oath from the deck to the hand. It does not say once per duel. It does not say once per turn. So this is a skill. You can build this deck multiple ways. You can go ahead and you can play like one of each and just enjoy playing this deck. Like there is no harm, no foul to activating this multiple times until this gets an errata. We are going to play it like it has been errated to a once per turn. But that's just because we don't actually need to do the full bit. See, in our build, we will not be using the Fortress Whale's Oath. Instead, we're going to be using the Advanced Ritual Arts. And this is where the other duelists got in trouble a little bit. So, the Fortress Whale will gain the following effect. Your opponent cannot target face-up water monsters you control with spell, trap, or effects. So basically, we're just going to make sure that our Fortress Whale is, in fact, a fortress. He's not going to be targetable, which is fine. It's fine. He's not terribly big. He's like 2350. We'll get there. We'll get there. So the first thing we need to do, because I've already told you we're going to be using the Advanced Ritual Art, we need to standardize getting that. So 3 copies of my boy Sonic Bird. And real quick, I'm noticing like the color on the one is like the shade is wrong. But that is Structure 04. So yeah, it's a bit of an older one. Maybe there was a difference in the color saturation in the wings. So that's different. When this is normal or flip summon, you add a ritual spell from the deck to your hand. It's literally the only reason for this bird to be in the deck. Next, we're going to run 2 copies, Fortress Whale. 2 because the deck can play them. But additionally, like just in case we have our other effect already drawn, I would still like to be able to discard. And so Whale of a Tail, I wanted to keep it live for at least 1 use. And the reason is I'm going to be using 3 copies of the Red Eyes Black Dragon. So, yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with Joey's favorite monster card, then I don't know where the heck you guys have been, because this is a speed duel. And are you a serious speed duelist if you're not using big vanilla monsters? Like, honestly, are you a speed duelist at that point? I would say no. But that's fine. Let's talk about why he's in here. It is the card the other duelist did not use properly. It is the Advanced Ritual Art spell card. So, very simply, this allows you to use normal monsters that are inside of your deck as the offerings for your ritual summoning. But, and this is the part where they did a no-no. They played a bunch of tech 4 stars, and this is the no-no. This card can be used to ritual summon any one ritual monster. Okay, cool. Fortress Whale is in fact a ritual monster. You must also send normal monsters from the deck to the graveyard whose total levels equal the ritual monster. Well, for quick math, Fortress Whale is 7. Red Eyes is 7. By using an Advanced Ritual Art, I can send 1 card from my deck, and I can go ahead and get the entire Fortress Whale. The way that their deck was played, they only had 4 stars. Now, I challenge you to add the number 4 twice and come up with anything other than 8 stars. So this is not a meet or exceed. Okay, if we go back to the original ritual, boom. You must tribute monsters whose total stars equal 7 or more. This allows you to beat the cost. So, like, you could use a Blue Eyes instead of, a Red Eyes Black Dragon in that instance, which is fine, But if you're going to use the Advanced Ritual Art, I just want you guys to, like, be aware. You have to do the math right. This is another reason why, unlike with the Bountiful Ocean deck that we played, it's a reason why we're not going to be running Legendary Ocean. Legendary Ocean would change the Fortress Whale's stats and bring it down to a 6-star, which would be even more insane because then we'd need 6-star monsters in this deck in order to make this work. So that's why we went 7s and 7s, but this is going to come back. So just let that simmer for a moment, okay? And I'll come back to it. Next up, we're going to use 2 Books of Moon because, okay, so Red Eyes Black Dragon's 24, Fortress Whale is 2350, and Sonic Bird is, are you 13 or are you 14? He is 14. So we're not super strong on this side of the field. So again, being able to flip, make some control aspect against the opponent's good. We'll finish our 3s with the Cosmic Cyclone. We'll finish my obligatory 3 back row cards by adding 2 Night Beams to make sure that we can kind of get our strategies off. We're going to add a Lost Wind because, again, Lost Wind is good. We can get multiple uses of Lost Wind. We can take away Special Summon Monsters' attack power. We can half it. Also, if that monster also happen to have an effect, well, the effect is no more. Plus, again, if they special summon from the extra deck afterward, while this is already in the discard pile, we can go ahead, we can board it back to the field again. And same thing, get to reuse it. However, when we use it the second time, we will, in fact, have to banish it. So it's got a lot of nice give and take. But, I want to get back to the Red Eyes, okay? And I know what somebody's saying. Somebody's going, he's using birthrights. He's using birthrights. And the answer is just no. No. Birthright actually is going to have a negative for us here. Whenever this card leaves the field, destroy the monster. When the monster leaves the field, destroy this card. So there is a glaring weakness. And this is the reason why we didn't use Dark Magicians. Because if we wanted to, we could have absolutely gone and sleeved up some Dark Magician cards and used Dark Magician instead of Red Eyes. And we would have used the Birthrights. That would have been fine. But we have an even better card. We've had it since the first series of structure decks. Guys, we're going to play 3 copies of the Red Eyes Spirit. We're going to target a Red Eyes monster in our graveyard and special summon it. So, just real quick, hear me out. You summon Sonic Bird. You add Advanced Ritual Art to your hand. You discard a card, probably a Red Eyes. Whatever. You go Whale of a Tail. Get your Fortress Whale to your hand. You advanced Red Art. You send another Red Eyes. You summon your Fortress Whale. You set this. You activate it. Suddenly, you have a Red Eyes back from your Fortress Whale and or the one that was discarded for the Whale of a Tail activation, but you have multiple copies of this, and you have the ability to summon 2 Fortress Whales here. Guys, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a lot of Red Eyes and Fortress Whale fun, and this may not be a deck that you go and you take anywhere past a locals. This is not going to be a regional strength build. But you guys are here because I'm the casual duelist. You guys are here because I'm one of the few people that's hardcore into the speed duel. I get it. But this is a crazy fun interaction. And I really wanted to show you guys that Red Eyes is a really great tech card sometimes. He's usable in a lot of other things. But right now, with being able to discard him as either the cost for the Whale of a Tail skill to correct the hand into a Fortress Whale, while having Advanced Ritual Arts laying around and using him as the fuel for, we can also put them on the field. Okay? I do have a side deck and an extra deck. It's mostly the same thing I've been playing, like I played yesterday. But real quick, go ahead, take a screen cap or pause and take the notes. And I'm going to put those cards down anyway. This way we can talk about it. So just 1 second, my friends. And so the extra deck is as has been. So Blue Eyes Ultimate, Psy Blader, Psy End, Destiny End, Oja King, and TI's Restrict. These are 6 very powerhouse monsters. Again, I'm going to bring them out using Waking the Dragon. And again, one of the big things is once we start having things set in the back row and the opponent's like, well, I'm going to Night Beam. This way they can't activate the Red Eyes Spirit. But then they miss a Red Eyes Spirit and they hit the Waking the Dragons. Good. Now we can either play the Red Eyes or we can play any one of these. So again, you definitely choose here. And then the side deck is it's the same as yesterday. It's Offerings to the Doomed, it's Double Lost Wind, it's Mind Crush, and Double Waking. And again, it works. And I am a big fan of, as long as something's working for me, I'm not going to change it. But this is just my suggestion. Realistically, you can play whatever 4 cards you want here. These 2 and these 6 are kind of obligatory for me because it's a good strategy. And as long as you're not using an extra deck in your deck, you can always use an extra deck with your deck. It's not even complicated. It's just go buy these 10-cent commons and then rip out a bunch of these cool characters. And again, if you've been buying the structure decks and the starter boxes, you've already got these 5. For another $5, you can pick up a Blue Eyes Ultimate. $6, you can pick it up, and then complete up the build. So you buy these 3 as singles off of like TCG Player, and like you're good to go. So again, I think this is a fun deck. I hope that I met the requirement for the requester. This is kind of fun. It's a lot of fun. I played it a bunch this last week, and it was just good. We all enjoyed it. The only thing we would change is we would do this more often because it was fun. Outside of that, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully enough to support the channel the way that you guys have been doing. So, you know the things, like, comment, subscribe, notification bells. If you're so inclined, we do have the Buy Me a Coffee always in the description. It helps us get into getting more sleeves and stuff for future releases. And believe it or not, through that, you guys have already supported the next Speed Duel box. If you guys maybe missed the video, we are getting another midterms box. It's going to have Sartorius. Jaden with the Elemental Hero Neos is going to be in there, as well as some Neospatian love. And I want to say it was Jim Cook with the fossils, and our boy is going to be back with dinos. Just going to forget his name real quick. Not Rex Raptor, but the Hasselberry. Hasselberry will be back. And that's going to be at the end of March, so we're going to have some fun. We're going to build a bunch of goofball decks in between now and then. And then maybe I'll put together a list of things that I think we should get. And maybe do like a little rant, like, Konami, give us Air Neos again, finally. I know that there was like this big, maybe they can, maybe they can't because of like an airport, but like, come on, give us the card. It doesn't even over-centralize anything. But yeah, guys, you do the things. I'll go back. I got to get ready to make you guys the Under Pressure deck, and then we got some more stuff coming up at the end of the week for you, and hopefully you guys will enjoy all of it. So till then, see you later. You guys stay well, and bye.